Right, so I haven't talked about Avengers in a while, and I thought I'd talk about it today because we've got some exciting news. Finally, the game is heading in the right direction. It's heading in a good direction. We've got two things coming off the roadmap coming this month. We've got a stacked month actually. According to patch notes, we've got the Claw Raid coming out. And Spider-Man, I'm so excited about Spider-Man being in the game. Really looking forward to him coming out. Both coming November 30th. I wish it was earlier in the month. I can't help thinking that's very close to December. Like that's barely in the month, and we've just had a month with nothing. So you're leaving your big content dump. This is a very far away from Black Panther. But anyway, we are getting a lot with the content dump, so I can kind of forgive it being so far away from the last big batch of content, which was an expansion. So CD was probably expecting, right, you're going to be spending a lot of time doing Black Panther stuff, so we're going to leave a lot we're going to be leaving a lot for much later, and I can understand that. It's just there wasn't as much coming with Black Panther as they probably thought there was. It wasn't as jam-packed as it probably should have been, and the raid should have been closer to the actual expansion itself. It should have been maybe a month in between, not two, not nearly three. You know, it seems like ages since I picked up Avengers, and that's just because there's been nothing to do. Also, the whole paid hero faction catalyst things rubbed me a bit the wrong way, kind of confused me more than anything. Those have been removed. Thank God they've been removed. But yeah, this is a massive win, and it's a massive big forward leap for Marvels Avengers as a game to get its first proper raid. I don't count the OLT, the family business OLT, as a raid. I just don't. It's the same mission that's the last one in Kate's DLC story. It's not a raid. It's not a raid-like experience. It's not as there is one puzzle where you need to communicate with every other player. There's one puzzle, and then everything else is just a rinse and repeat thing. I like the boss fight in that, but it's not a raid experience. It's not raid, is it? It doesn't take hours to figure out and hours to complete. It does on some. It does if you It does if you're a bit shit at the game, but if you're good at the game, then it's going to take you as long as it took it took you to complete the mission regularly. I hope that this raid is something completely different. It is brand new. It does look, some of the puzzles in it look pretty mind-bustingly hard. So, or pretty, you're gonna need to think, which is more than I can say for the rest of the game. The game hasn't really given us a point where we kind of have to actually actively think yet, so it's going to be interesting seeing how that works with the rest of the playstyle of the game. Spider-Man coming in is massive. It's huge. Unfortunately, he is a PlayStation exclusive, which I have to caveat every time I mention him, but because I can't actively figure out, or I can't understand why put Avengers on Game Pass, on Xbox Game Pass nonetheless, right when Spider-Man is around the corner, and Spider-Man is a character that the people getting the game on Xbox Game Pass, which is a massive amount of people, they're not going to be able to enjoy the new character. They're going to get the raid, but they're not going to get this other half of content as well, or what seems like it would be another 75% of content, because 25% is the raid, 75% is Spider-Man and his story. So 75% of the update is something that most of your player base, or most of your new player base, cannot actually play. I don't understand that. I don't get where their mindset or where their thinking came from that. I mean, putting it on Game Pass, great. Putting it on Game Pass as soon as Black Panther came out, great idea. Doing everything you've done after putting it on Game Pass doesn't seem great. But I understand why, because you need the players. You need the players when you put a big piece of content that you've put a lot of time and a lot of effort into. Like Black Panther was a massive deal, and it should have been, and it was the best piece of content that they put out since the game actually dropped. I will, no word of a lie, I can't dispute that. I don't necessarily think that Spider-Man will match that, because obviously PlayStation exclusive, they can't make it too good, but it does seem like they are giving him a little bit of story, which I'm all for that. A little bit of story that the Xbox people can't play, or maybe they'll get the story but they won't get the playable character at the end. That sucks, but also, it's not a good situation either way. Either way you look at it, it's not a good situation. Having to gate a character, and not just any character, having to gate Spider-Man for forever, basically. Doesn't look great. But everything else that's coming out, I cannot complain. It's giving us everything we want. The raid is exactly what endgame players have been screaming for. It's exactly what I've been screaming for. Spider-Man is, character I'm going to be able to enjoy. So I'm happy. Me personally, being the selfish git that I am, now I'm happy with that. I'm happy that he's coming to the game. I'm excited. I want to play him now, but I'm happy to wait another month. We've been waiting for a year and a half. I think I can go with another month. But I feel for the people playing on other consoles. But I mean, if you're a Spider-Man fan, you're going to have a PlayStation. I think that's just a given. I think if you have an Xbox, you're not too fussed about Spider-Man, because you can't play the good Spider-Man game. You can't play Spider-Man PS4. So that's just my feeling around it. Maybe you're like, I really love Spider-Man, but I chose the console that he's not on. So it's like maybe you bought an Xbox One, whatever the new Xbox is called, Xbox Series X. Maybe you bought that not realizing that Spider-Man's exclusive, not doing your research. Maybe you have a PC just because it's cheaper, even though it's not cheaper to run, really. But anyways, that's just my personal takeaway. I also Not saying that I agree with making Spider-Man an exclusive character. I don't understand the logic behind that. It's like, you have no other character that will make as much money as Spider-Man. Why would you limit the amount of money you can make with the most profitable character you have? Like, you have the key Avengers and Spider-Man already in your game. There is no other character besides maybe Wolverine that will make as much money, that will, like, bring in as much profit, bring in as much eyes, as much new players as Spider-Man, or as any of the characters you already have in the game. Like, let's face it, Scarlet Witch is not going to bring in that many new players. Winter Soldier, not going to bring in that many new players. Captain Marvel, not that many new players. Doctor Strange won't bring in as many new players as Spider-Man. I'm sorry, Doctor Strange fans, but there's just not as many of you as there are Spider-Man fans. I'm sorry. But, yeah, I don't understand why you would limit yourself to a market like that. Only if Sony's saying, yeah, you have to do this, or we won't let Spider-Man be in your game, actively fight that. Actively be like, we won't put Spider-Man in our game until you allow us to put Spider-Man on every console. They could have done that. Maybe they didn't want the war with Sony. Maybe CD just wanted the easy way out. Yeah, we'll put Spider-Man in our game. We'll make Spider-Man really fucking good, but we'll make him exclusive. Or we'll put Spider-Man in our game, it'll be exclusive, but haha Sony, he's secretly going to be shit. So he's either going to be really good or really shit. And that's my fear, because my fear is he's an exclusive character. You're not going to want people to feel like they're missing out, so you're going to make him terrible. That's my fear. That's my biggest fear with Spider-Man coming into the game. Like, he's either going to be the best character ever, or he's going to be worse than Kate Bishop. And that's my ultimate fear. The raid is something that I'm excited for. I really want to play it, but there's not much I can talk about, because it's just, we're going to fight Claw again. So, you know, hopefully it's different. Hopefully the actual Claw fight is different enough. He won't have Crossbones with him, so, you know, maybe Crossbones is going to be a fight earlier on. I still feel really weird that Crossbones is in this game, and he wasn't brought in with like a Captain America themed update. He was brought in with Black Panther. That feels like, I'm glad he's in the game. He's a really cool character. I'm really interested in seeing if they do anything more with him, like giving him a villain sector or giving him something like that. Really interested in seeing where they go with that character, but I'm also kind of, what are they going to do with Winter Soldier? Who are they going to bring in with Winter Soldier? You know, because you can't really have Alexander Lukin. You're going to have a boss fight against Alexander Lukin against Robert Redford? I don't think so. You could have Baron Strucker. You could have the Red Skull. You could have, like, the Serpent Society. Who the fuck cares about the Serpent Society? I don't. You know, you could have, like, the Winter Soldier be a boss fight and then you get him at the end. I don't see them doing that. They haven't done that before, so I don't see them doing that now. But, yeah, It's an interesting case, because we had Hawkeye come with Maestro, which was really weird. At least Black Panther came with one of his villains. I would have preferred if instead of Crossbones we got a Man-Ape or a Killmonger. I would have preferred that, but, you know, having Crossbones in the game is cool. It's fun. We can have Captain America fight Crossbones. You know, that's interesting. I mean, I would want him to get a villain sector. Ideally, I would have wanted the villain sector to come before the raid, because the villain sector is not going to be as impressive, and it's going to be a single player thing. And that could have come out last month. But no, there was nothing last month. There was nothing for players to do, and there was something that actively drove players off last month. But this month is the month to bring every player back, and you're leaving all of your content to the end of the month. That's probably why December's going to be dry as well, because everything that's coming is coming on November 30th, which is really fucking weird in my opinion. I'm so weirded out by that. But that being said, it does give me plenty of time to jump back into Avengers and grind my butt off, which is what I'm going to do. So yeah, until Guardians of the Galaxy's bugs get fixed, which it's the scan problem. That's what I've been having. I've been having the scan problem. If you've been tuning into my streams, you'll know that the scan has not been working correctly. I've managed to get to chapter 4 by just repeatedly pressing R2, but it feels like I'm going to break my controller, so I don't really want to delve any deeper into the game. Yesterday I was trying for literally half an hour to get the scan to work. It wasn't working, so I just did a half an hour stream which was just me looking at a rock trying to scan it, which was really fucking annoying. But yeah, I'm going to jump back into Avengers. I'm going to grind my characters up, and then when Guardians of the Galaxy's patch comes to, you know, fix the scan problem, I'm going to jump back into Guardians and beat it, because honestly, I have been loving that game. But I can't fucking do it because the scan won't work. The scan's bugged, so I can't actively progress because the scan's not working. So yeah, that's why I haven't done any videos on Guardians of the Galaxy. I've been streaming it, but the streams haven't been all that entertaining because it takes half an hour for the scan to work. So yeah, going back to Avengers. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you hopefully you enjoyed that one, let me know in the comments below what you're excited for coming at the end of the month. If you're excited for Spider-Man, if you're annoyed about Spider-Man, if you're excited for the raid, if you wanted the raid to come sooner, let me know. Here's the question of the day. What characters do you want to come into Marvel's Avengers that aren't already in it? And, you know, what characters do you think would be fun and interesting inside this game? You know, we've got several characters confirmed, like She-Hulk, Winter Soldier, Captain Marvel. So there are other characters that they could pop in, that could come in, like Loki's been teased, Scarlet Witch has been teased, Doctor Voodoo's been teased, Doctor Strange has been teased. A lot of characters have been teased. So yeah, hopefully you'll get a new character that's not Spider-Man soon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Check out my Twitch, check out my Instagram, check out my Twitter. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.